Good Monday morning, Northern Michigan. Registered dietitian Jen May is back in studio. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning, Melissa. Thanks for having me back.
Focusing on March as National Nutrition Awareness Month, we want to look at sugar today, how it's consumed by the majority of people, and to put things into perspective on how much sugar is in an everyday drink that you might have.
Yes, exactly. And I have a great friend and colleague of mine who let me borrow some of these sugar displays, and I wanted to bring in. And again, as we've talked about before, moderation is key.
Yes.
But I think that a good consumer is an informed consumer. And a lot of these products here, and when you can look at the actual amount of sugar, it can be very eye-opening.
This is very interesting because you actually put the amount of sugar that would be in, let's say, what is this, a 20-ounce Coke. Now, you mentioned earlier, if someone were to drink a Coke a day, a regular Coke, they would potentially gain 2 pounds a month.
Yeah,
is that
half
correct?
a pound a week. Yes. If, for example, if I added this 20-ounce Coke into my kind of current, what I'm doing as far as my lifestyle, then that would be about, 25 pounds a year, just from this 20-ounce Coke.
Now, what about something like a Gatorade? Is this a Gatorade here?
Yep, it is a Gatorade, and that's actually the amount of sugar. So in this whole container of Gatorade, there's 14 teaspoons of sugar. So
really?
In here, yes, yep. And here's a Minute Maid lemonade with 17 teaspoons of sugar. And we also have some different food samples here. So for example, some cornflakes, you can see this is 3/4 of a cup, very small amount of sugar.
Okay.
This is actually a Snickers bar.
This is a Snickers bar right here. This is heavy. The sugar is heavy.
It is.
So to think that you're consuming that, not even knowing, I never knew that, but this really opened your eyes to it.
It does. And there was a study that was done that looked, and the average American consumes about 22 teaspoons of sugar a day, and the recommendation is closer to about 8.
You're kidding.
For adults. And for kids, it's about 3 to 4 teaspoons a day.
And what type of effects does the sugar then have on our bodies when you're consuming all of this?
Well, we talked a lot about the weight, but also when we consume a lot of sugar, then our bodies release excess insulin to soak up all that, leaving us feeling hungry again. And so then
it's a continuous process. You're taking more in.
Exactly. And one thing I did want to mention too, for example, with milk, when you look at the food label, there are some sugars in here, but this is the natural sugar from milk called lactose.
Okay.
Versus we're looking at the added sugars.
So it's much different.
Yes, and fruit has the natural sugar, but these types of things, especially the sugar-laden drinks, there's no other nutritional benefit that you're getting from those except this added sugar. So again, everything in moderation and just being aware, aware of, how much sugar can be in different things and really trying to just, make good choices.
So have a Coke every now and then. I know I do love Coke, so I'm one of those people
every now and then, but just be aware of the effects and how quickly it can add up on a regular
Very
basis.
interesting. Jen, thank you as always. Very, very informative. For more information on any of the details here and to contact Jen May, check out that link right there, our website, upnorthlive.com. Taking a look now at your bus stop forecast for this Monday morning, here's Storm Team meteorologist Joe Charlevoix.